good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. John, myself, Foxchair on the show this evening. Is it one and only Southside and the legend? Yes, the legend, that's the Bridgeman. Evening, gentlemen.
Hi, good evening, Ox. Great to be on Monday with the legend, the Bridgeman, and good evening to everyone listening in this evening.
I think the legend's on mute. Come on, Bridge.
No, I'm okay. I'm not on mute. I was just waiting you coming in. That was all. So, good evening to everyone, and of course, it's been a pleasure to be. It'll be a pleasure tonight to be on here. Yourself, Oxchair, your techie buddies in the background, and of course, Southside going to carry me through tonight. That's for sure. And I just say to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world, just remember what happened at the weekend. Just remember what happened at the weekend. Well done, our manager. Well done, our team. And well done, our fans. Keep it going for the Rangers, everybody.
Right, decent performance at the weekend. Did you enjoy it, Southside?
Aye, mate. Aye, it was a good wee trip up to Hampden. A few sherbets before and after, and a good second half performance. So, aye, mate, thoroughly enjoyed the day out.
Mm-hmm. Bridgeman?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I wasn't at Hampden, but I was watching it, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. One of the best games I've seen for Rangers for a wee while now. Superb stuff, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed seeing our players scoring. Great to see.
Aye, there's something about the team, but I'm sure we'll come to that as we go through the show. So we'll look back at the game yesterday. Southside first 15 minutes, not a lot really happened. Ball was moving about, we couldn't get a foothold in the game, but slowly we started imposing. I thought particularly John Lundstrom in the first half yesterday. I know he's great, biggest fan, but I thought he was arguably our best player in the first half.
Aye, he seems a bit more agile these days, does he know? Ox, you know, he seems to be a bit more movement from him.
Did you see that run, Southside?
Do you know, aye, but do you know, I had to look again. I said to the guy next to me, was that really Lundstrom there? And then I looked, I thought, wow, he showed some turn of pace, didn't he? Something we've not seen from him before at all. But I think gradually he got into the game in the first half and tried to get on the ball a lot and make passes, but most of them were trying to be forward passes, Ox, no? So he seems a bit switched on since the new manager came in, John Lundstrom. Like you say, I thought the first 15 minutes it was a bit itchy-peachy, you know, sort of stray passes at times, give the ball away, and we're trying to build the play and that. So it was a bit scrappy, and then I think we started to get a wee turn into the game probably about 20 odd minutes, you know, going forward.
Well, that would be fair for the first bit of the game. Would you agree, Bridge? There wasn't a lot happened.
Yeah, it was. As Southside said, maybe itchy-peachy. I thought so anyway. For the first maybe even 20 minutes, half an hour, you know. But I thought Rangers were showing some good stuff, and I thought when you mentioned Lundstrom, I thought Lundstrom had an exceptional game in the first half. I thought he did really, really well. A lot of running, a lot of picking up, superb stuff.
Yeah, so we're getting a foothold in the game. We're making chances, and most of the good play ended up at Danilo. We're running about Danilo eventually. Southside, he was unlucky with a couple. Could have done better with a couple, but he's getting there. I suppose they say that's the important thing. Yeah.
Aye, he could have done better with one or two, but on the whole, you can see his movement's good. He's playing on the shoulder of defenders at times, and then he's spinning off. He's looking to come short and link the play at times. So, aye, he's a lot more movement for us up front, and it looks like the team's starting to see what type of balls they play up to him now. It's a wee bit more of the understanding knocks into it. It's an extra game down the road. And I think the thing is, we kept a decent tempo in the game. We tried to keep the tempo high even when we gave the ball away at times, but we tried to keep a sort of tempo, I thought, to a point in the first half, although it wasn't as good as it was later on in the game. But at that time, I thought Danilo's movement up front was good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good point at Southside, means about the tempo and the togetherness, Bridgeman. The players seem closer together. It's just a tweak and they get back in position quicker. There seems to be a discipline and a togetherness that, let's be honest, Bridge, we never had that a few weeks ago for telling the truth.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. It's great to see them, and they looked, to me, they looked like a unit, you know. As you say, when we're up pressing up high, and all of a sudden the ball's lost, they were getting back into a reasonable shape. And it makes a big difference when you're back in a reasonable shape, because as sure as shooting, you've got a good chance of picking up, you know, any breaks that come your way. You know, you'll be able to, before they weren't there, they just weren't there to pick it up, you know. And it makes a big difference. And about Danilo being available, he looks as if he's going to be a really, really good target man. Not for the high balls or anything like that, but for positional, you know, good stuff into his feet if possible. Not too high, because he can do some good stuff and he can bring other people in, or he can show his skills. I think he's a smashing big player. And once he gets rid of that mask, to be able to see his target.
I hope so. And the threat was coming for most of our forward players, the Jack and Lundstrom. As I said, I think particularly Lundstrom. I thought Jack was solid yesterday. Just keeping it simple. Southside, but working hard. We were starting to get in top then. Seema was, I think, in the first half, our best forward. For the wide areas, Cantwell done okay, but he got himself. I didn't think it was a booting, but he gave the ref a decision to make Southside, yeah.
I don't think it was a booting, to be honest, but I haven't really seen it back to see what it was like. I don't know if it was maybe had he done many? Had he had a foul or two before it? No,
I think he'd won before it, mate. And then had his horn on his sort of shoulder, but was there a push in it?
It looked as if Walsh was just keen to book him, I think, because I didn't think there was much in it, to be honest. And he was getting on the ball, and some things were happening and some weren't. I thought Seema had a bit of pace doing the flank and stuff at times. So it was a muchness in the first half. It was just trying to get ourselves into the game, like you say. After about 20-25 minutes of that, we started to get on the ball and get a wee bit more space and movement for our front players to get them into positions to try and create some chances.
And the big Seema Bridge, he's also back winning headers for helping the defence. He's got a great attitude, hasn't he?
He's super, and his attitude is absolutely top class. And he's not a bad player, you know. Not a bad player at all. I think I'm not sure if I was heard it right, but it was I was hearing that Rangers are making some behind the scenes inquiries to pick him up in January. I really don't know if it's going to be true or no, but yeah, a very, very good player, and he's dangerous. He's got a bit of pace, and players don't like defenders don't like people with pace, you know.
So, but there was a couple incidents. One, their best efforts were coming for long throw-ins, and we were on the south side, and then one was blocked with Big Balogun, and his foot was in the air, and it caught his side foot. Oh, I must admit, I thought, oh, here we go. The curse has struck again, but he managed to get up and carry on, huh?
I never actually noticed what had actually happened to him from where I was sitting at the game. I thought we dealt quite well. Seema seems to do a good job at that front post.
Excellent.
And Big Aribo used to do it as well when he was there at times, you know. But he's been good in that position. And I think when you look at some of the cross balls and that, it's come in the long throw-ins. We seem to be well in challenging for them these days, you know. So I thought we looked all right. And I thought I never noticed the thing with Balogun about that, to be honest, at the time-ups.
It was one of them ones where he blocked it with his foot up in the air, south side, and it caught his foot and opened up his knee, yeah?
It sounds sore. Just talking about it, never mind. I never noticed it, to be honest, Docs.
It was like the old man south side, you know, when you were playing and you put your foot out, but it wasn't quick enough, you know, to get it further out, and it probably hit his toe. And
hits your foot in the middle, Bridge, you're all right. It's when it hits
that's exactly it, you know.
You know. Personally, I had
credit to him, by the way.
And then brought it down and strolled up the park, but personally, you know.
I credit to him, he managed to continue playing. I thought it was quite, I thought it was very good. Well, good.
Was that with the left foot or the right foot you were controlling that, Bobby Ops?
I would have been my right foot in that situation, aye.
Right.
The left one was only for Stoner on south side.
All right. Well.
Still the same, yeah.
Right, so we didn't make any real clear-cut chances, good situations. We were the better team, but not by much in the first half. We were saying you need a goal, and I wasn't worried. I didn't think Hearts is threatened. But half time, I think to myself, I've seen this movie before. Southside, one mistake, one fluky goal, and it changes the whole persona. But it wasn't to be. We came out and we just get better, mate. Eh?
Aye, I'll get back to my seat just probably 30 seconds after the second half kicked off, and then I'm sort of looking and I noticed Scott Wright, and I'm like, what's happened here? Who's went off? Because I didn't notice that he took Cantwell off at half time, but I think the introduction of Scott Wright, it injected pace and that into our team, and I think the manager had probably says need up the tempo a bit here as well. And we certainly did for the start of the second half.
Well, according to the manager, he said there was a few reasons, tactical, plus he'd been booked. And I get that, Southside.
Aye, I get the fact that he had been booked and he might have looked at it. To be honest, it's a cheap booking that the ref gave him, and he might have thought, well, he did say they might go and try and target him or whatever. So I could understand if that's one of the reasons why he took him off, because I couldn't really think any other reason. I thought at first he maybe took a knock or been injured slightly, or I thought that, but I heard his presser and he explained a few things. But aye, Scott Wright come on and into that position and certainly done well for us, mate.
Aye, done well. Well, the last time we scored was at Hampden. Anyway, we'll go to the first goal first. But aye, it was a bit of a shock, but there was a lot of sense in the substitutions, in my opinion. Or people might see it differently. As much as I like Cantwell, he wasn't our best player yesterday, and Scott Wright come on and improved the team. So we started the game at a decent tempo, Bridge. The ball went back, Danilo runs through it. I've got to be honest, I thought their goal was crazy. I thought it was a stupid challenge.
Yeah, 100%. Because up to then, that goalkeeper hadn't put it wrong, and he made quite a number of wee saves. So, not fantastic saves, but good saves, And he seemed to be, shall we say, he was the only person between Rangers and scoring for a few minutes later on in the first half. But it came out there. I don't understand what he was doing, but I'll take my hat off to that wee boy Danilo. That was amazing what he did. Got himself into the position, and the goalkeeper had to pull him down. That's, to me, was fantastic play, because he was actually going away to goal, really, with the ball.
Aye.
So that's great.
What would you say? It was a clumsy challenge, Southside?
Goalkeeper rush of the blood to the head, innit? You see them, a lot of goalies there. Once he's committed himself, and if you're a striker, Danilo knows he's coming. It's just about timing, making sure that you get the ball first, and then just let him hit you, touch you in any way, shape or form. And as soon as you get in, it's a penalty, mate. So you can say clumsy for the goalkeeper, you can say clever for the striker.
But a penalty, yeah.
Oh, Stonewaller, mate. Stonewaller. That's it. He was just late, and Danilo was just there in time. No, but I mean, I think you're sensed he was coming. So, but a Stonewaller all day long.
So Tav steps up to take the penalty. I think their goalkeeper gambled. I don't know what you thought, Southside, Dan Bridge.
Aye, I think he maybe thought he'd get in the middle, and I think he thought he'll just stand, but he whipped it right by him on his left-hand side anyway. And I think even if he'd went that way, he wouldn't have got it up.
Aye. Good penalty, bad penalty, doesn't matter, Bridge, as long as they hit the back of the net.
Yeah, that's the number one thought. Absolutely. And I think that's rammed to the goalkeeper. I don't think he was trying to read Tavernier, to be perfectly honest with you. And he might have ended up doing too much reading and too much thinking, and didn't know which way to go, and thought, I'll just stay here in case he hits it in the middle again. But no, he didn't. So a superbly taken penalty. It may be a bit of the eyeball stuff, with the goalkeeper and Tav. But I like Tavernier taking penalties. Nobody often he misses.
I think somebody said he's missed something like 17 bridge bizarrely. I've never checked that out. But
Well, considering how many he's taken, I don't think it's going to be that much. But I mean, he was taking them. I heard a wee stat at the weekend that said that the first penalty that he ever took, he missed it.
it's
And the goalkeeper was Jack Butland. Is that right?
Aye, Jack Butland.
Incredible, just incredible.
Wigan versus Stoke, I think. Aye, just shows you how life works out, innit?
Amazing. It's amazing.
So when we got the penalty, let's be honest, I said we got our tails up, didn't we? We then started playing at tempo, and they were chasing shadows.
Aye, we up to tempo on it, and that led us to eventually getting the second goal. I think Jack Butland had a good save. I think they went up the park once or twice in that half, didn't they? Just before, I think they went up and they had a good save before, but scored.
How does he manage to dive and not get stripped?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, he made some. I thought that was a decent save, but he made a right cracking save for the boy Kingsley, I think it was. Probably just either before or after the second goal, before we got one of the goals, or just after it. He made a really, really good save, tipped it up and just onto the top of the crossbar, if you remember it.
That was when it was 1-0. I thought it was a cross the boy tried, it became a shot. I didn't think he meant it personally.
Did you know? Aye. Well, it was a big save at the time, and that's what we need for a goalkeeper. What we look for. I know he said some good saves before, but in the game when we were in top just after scoring Ox and they've just come up with pattern, as you say, Kroos come shot, he stood up and made a magnificent save.
Aye. Maybe a crucial part of the game, but we were playing well and they just got up the park for that 140 bridge and they had that effort.
Yeah, I think that's what makes that team Hearts quite so dangerous, because you can't bank on them doing nothing. They're going to do something, and it was a I don't know, probably across the far post that you follow. I mean, I think that what can we say? The goalkeeper's put a fantastic save to me, for fantastic save, and I think he does that all the time. Whereas he's just a super goalkeeper, and we're fortunate we've got him. And that was like McGregor-esque, putting the ball over the bar.
McGregor-esque. But McGregor never did this, did he?
No.
Whoa! Simple Jack Butland to go!
Super Jack Butland and goal. Fantastic.
So, not long after that, we get the second, and there was similarities to Scott Wright's last goal, which happened to be against Hearts. It was the second goal, and it happened to be at Hampden. It wasn't a breakaway, but he hit it for about a similar part of the pitch. Different end, I know, but he's put it home for about 20 odd yards. Good finish, outside, good finish.
He struck it well. Usually at that angle, you want to go across the goalkeeper, and he hit it perfect. It was a good turn for Danilo. Actually started back when your pal Lammers actually won the ball in the halfway line and gave it to Sima, and he was unlucky. But when the defender blocked it, Jack backed him up straight away and played it. And that's the thing we've noticed just recently, that they're all there as a team unit now. And as you said, when they go forward, they try and go forward as a unit. So the fact that Sima had just lost the ball in the tackle, Jack was on it straight away to play it into Danilo, and he spun well and gave it to Scott Wright. And once it went to him, I'm thinking, wee man, just drill it low and hard, and he sure did. And it was a great finish, Ox, and that was it. After that, I thought, game over for us. No, the wee man went running towards the Rangers support to take the plaudits.
Aye, but a salute. Listen, he's one of my favourites, Bridgeman, Scott Wright.
You fibber.
No, I've been critical of him in the past, but you can only critique what you see, and I thought yesterday he improved our team, and that's the biggest compliment I can give him. Yeah,
I have to agree with you there. I thought he came on. That's his best game. In my eyes, that's the best game he's played for us. And yeah, similarity between his last goal at Hampden and that goal. yesterday are there, you know. But my goodness gracious, you just, when you saw him squaring up for it, you think to yourself, he's going to put it in that far post there. That goalkeeper couldn't get anywhere near it. Just fantastic. What a great goal. Great build-up. Brilliant for Danilo, looking round and managing to find them. So that, to me, is Danilo at his best. Playing well and involving all the other players. Whomever's available, best spot. And he gave it. No greed. No taking a wee shot blind. Just give the man the correct man the ball. Super. And well done to Scott Wright. Well done.
Get yourself a mute. We'll let you hear the Scott Wright song. Right, thanks for that, Fox. Southside.
Listen, he changed the game to a point for us. He was unlucky just no long after it. I know he could have got to sell another goal. When Seema whipped it across and the defender missed it and he got his foot on and it just went by the post. But he injected a bit of quality in there for us at that time in that position, and he was causing them problems. And we'd up to pace on them, but then we were really blowing them away within that 15-20 minute spell in the second half.
There was similarities to the Kent performance. I'm going to say 4 years ago against Hearts. Yeah, when I think Morelos scored a couple. Yeah, I think not yet. You're on the semi-final League Cup. He done well, and then he was involved in the third goal, Southside.
Aye.
Get fouled, wasn't it?
Aye, he took a sword and all late on in the game, but he got the foul just at the edge of the box, and then at that point I think, right, it's either going to be Bonner or Tav, but more likely to be Tav, and finished it with a plum.
It was, what you say, you know, it was an excellent free kicks, Bridgeman.
Oh, top class, you know. And I'll criticise Tav, as we all have many times, but you know, when he pulls off, great penalty kick, fabulous free kick, over the wall. I mean, it's so close and it's still got over the wall and in. Fabulous. You don't get many people that can do that, and I must be honest to say Tav was just outstanding when it came to that. Outstanding. So, great captain's work. Take it myself, blah, blah, blah. Love it.
3-0. Game well and truly over. Peter Dutley played some decent stuff. They get a penalty kick. VAR gave the penalty after the referee had booked and sent off the player, so the whole decision flip-flopped. But we could have scored more goals. We were playing well. We were passing the ball decent, and it was a convincing victory. I think, if I'm being honest, the offence to Hearts, but I think 3-1 flattered them Southside.
Aye, I couldn't work out at the game how he had them went off the park, because when at the time, but it was just like at the game he's like, right, he's booked him for diving, so that was it, and then he was standing about, and then eventually obviously VAR comes in and you see it up on the screen. But at the time there was about a minute spell where you're thinking, how's he not walking off the park? He's just sent him off. But I've seen it back, probably just clipped him, probably no more. But aye, 3-1 flattered them, to be honest. The game was done at 2-0 for me, Ox. As soon as Scott Wright scored that second goal, I just thought, no matter how many now, you know. But I thought we kept going at them and sort of kept the tempo up, and I thought we played some nice bits of football, and I think all credit to Clement and his backroom team. He's starting to get his wee tiny steps again. You can see that it's getting better each time, and they're starting to play a bit better football. You can see we've certainly got a system. So aye, it's all been positive so far, mate, for Phil Clement and the backroom team and the players.
Right, Bridgeman, people are anxious to know who was your man of the match.
I've got to get to Tavernier. I've got to get to Tavernier. By the way, closely followed by Scott Wright for his performance, I have to say. And of course, John Lindstrom, he paraded across the midfield like a maestro. It's great stuff. Just great to watch. Well done, Rangers. Everybody, fantastic. And the manager, well, I would give the manager my man of the match, but he wouldn't have played. But apparently there was a bit of a fight or an argument with him and was it the fourth official yesterday? So I don't know who's going to win in that one.
Take any snash, mate. He fights for corner, that'll do for me. So I said, I'm going to be a wee bit controversial here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said it yesterday, and I've had time to reflect, watch some of the highlights, but I never watched the whole game back. Best player in the first half, I thought, was John Lundstrom. And the two best players in the second half were Scott Wright and obviously James Tavernier, because he scored 2 goals and 1 a good free kick outside, yeah.
I think.
Over the 90 minutes. Over the 90 minutes, I thought our most consistent player was Seema.
Yeah. Seema done well. He was involved in quite a bit, mostly down the flanks. I thought you're right. I thought John Lundstrom probably, if you look at the sort of first half performance, he probably shaded it. He had a good second half as well. So Everton, he played long enough. Tav obviously scores 2 goals, a penalty and a free kick. Free kick's a cracker, but let's be honest, Tav should be hitting the target for there. You'd have expected him to, wouldn't you? And he should be scoring. Normally he scores the penalty. I thought Scott Wright changed the second half for us. So, and you're going to Seema. He was involved quite a bit.
Over the 90 minutes, I thought.
Over the 90 minutes, I would say probably, take away the ones that scored, I probably thought Lundstrom done the best for us through the midfield, first half and second half. That would have been my man of the match, mate.
When they argue with that. Right, we better get these phone lines open. Gentlemen, is that all right? We used to?
Aye, go for it.
Yep. Let's hear from these.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye. I think that's good that we're discussing different people being eligible for man of the match pitch manner.
Yeah. There's a few in there. A lot of folk thought Balogun did a tremendous game, even fighting through a bit of injury he got and things like that. So there's lots and lots of them, and it's great to talk about other players as well. It's really good, and I think that's affected the manager. He's bringing everybody into the game, and by the way, touch of genius bringing Scott Wright, really and truly, touch of genius. So a lot of trust he's got in him, and he's proved it. Well done, the manager. Seriously.
I'm like Big Phil at the moment, but there's no lot of personnel change. Some have come back for fitness. No, we didn't mention the cameo for Tom Lawrence. I enjoyed that Southside.
Aye, it was good to see him come on the park and get a wee bit of game time. Surprised they probably got on there because I wasn't sure how much his fitness would have been, since his injury. But I don't think the manager does anything outrageous. I think you'd have checked with the backroom team and to see if everything was all right to bring him on the park and give him some game time. So that was probably okay. So it was good to see him. It was good to see him on the park, Hawks.
All right, evening, Jerry. You all right?
How you doing? Aye, I'm fine.
Aye. What's your point for the night, mate?
It's just about yesterday's game. John Lundstrom, I think he's been brilliant since. I've always liked him, to be honest. He keeps control of the midfield. And especially yesterday, he played brilliant. His magic, he keeps control. It's like, I'm not going to compare him with Stephen Davis, obviously. But now you need someone to control the midfield.
I would say, I don't disagree with you, particularly in the last 2 games. Southside, he's been excellent for Lundstrom.
He's certainly got his mojo back, Jerry. I think he's added a bit. He's looked a bit more forward now when he's making his passes, and he certainly showed a bit of pace in that touchline. He was chasing that ball yesterday. But I can see a difference in his play, and that's probably done 100% to the manager. It's gave him clear instruction about how he wants them to play. So, it's been positive so far, Jerry.
I heard. Did you hear John Lundstrom's interview after the game? Said
I was caught that. He's liking Big Philip Clement. He's changing. was the fastest change of pace I've seen since the Bella handicap. It was ran the day at 3 o'clock, you know.
That's shocking.
Are you liking Big Philip Clement, Jerry? He seems to
I
have made
love
a
him,
difference.
man. He's brilliant. He couldn't get anywhere Rang. Couldn't go anywhere with Rang than Michael Beale.
Southside, same personnel, but things seem to have improved. Obviously, some players come
Exactly.
back for injury.
Aye.
It just shows you.
They're probably improved. They're probably improved because the manager's come in, he's gave them a clear instruction, somebody totally different, and somebody they understand that they can't get away with any nonsense. He's not going to accept it. So that's how you're probably seeing a response. But the first and foremost thing is we've got a sort of style starting to appear, and it will get better, and we'll see it flourish once he decides on who we bring in and going forward and whatever, and implements that further. But at the moment, you can see that we're doing well. He's getting results. The team are responding. So that's all we wanted to see straight away. And that's us. We're in a cup final now. And we've got another 3. We've got a European game now to hopefully get us into the last 16 into Europe a step further. Good quality team. But aye, we're starting to look positive, and it's going that way for us at the moment.
Jerry, was Lundstrom your man of the match yesterday?
Definitely, aye. I thought he would have been on Rangers TV. I thought he'd have been man of the match. Who was man of the match on Rangers TV?
I think Tab won man of the man of the match awards, yeah.
That was some free kick though. But Lundstrom, I've always liked Lundstrom, but can't argue with Tab.
Listen, I've been critical of him in the past, but the last 2 games, Bridgeman, he's been excellent, hasn't he?
He's been brilliant.
Yeah, I think he's been playing his best football. He's not got himself back into his mojo, as you say. He's not got his mojo back for a while yet. But my goodness gracious, the last game he played very well, and this game yesterday, I thought he was amazing at times. You know, there are obviously times when he drops out the game, and you wonder what's happened to him. Where are you? You know, and all of a sudden he pops up. Superb. No, really good performance by him.
Right, Jerry. We'll let you go. It was good to hear from you again, mate. Always a pleasure, mate. And let's hope that John Lundstrom's John Lundstrom's form continues for now to the end of the season, mate.
Hope you could hear me all right there. Sorry.
Right, good to talk to you, mate. You take it easy.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. He's not the only person, Jerry, that's liking John Lundstrom. I mean, we've been really critical. I mean, you think back to that game in Cyprus. We could have strung him up, but he's right. His interview after the game, so he's how things have improved. I mean, I don't want to turn it back to the previous regime, but he's actually thrown them under the bus.
I've honestly not heard what he said after the game, mate. I don't know. I haven't heard it, but listen, they were all disgraceful in that Cyprus game, but he's showed a bit better attitude with Philip Clement coming in since he's came in. Even at times the backward passes are stopped, but that'll come down to shape and style and how he wants to be on the front foot, as he said, and dominate the ball. So there's times we still play the ball back a bit and across, but it's for a purpose and a reason. It's not just because we can do it 18 times just to slow the tempo down. So no, he's been good, mate. Got to give him credit where credit's due. He had a really good game yesterday. Wasn't outstanding, but had a good game. Something that we want to see him do, improve. For however long any of these players have got under this new manager, we want to see them at least go out and try and play well. And he's implementing a system and a style. And as I've said on here before, players will follow it if they get it clearly instructed into them. And they can all see the patterns of play, and it's bringing results and reward at the moment. So they'll all buy into it because he's a real manager with tactics and a style of play.
Mm-hmm. Is that fair, Bridge?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think the manager's given them giving the players a lot of leeway for the last couple of weeks there, and I think he openly said that, and you're starting to see the results and a lot of confidence coming back into some people. I thought what he did with Todd Cantwell yesterday, taking him off, I thought that was a tremendous decision, because what he said after the game that they would have niggled him until such times as they would have lashed out or something like that. That was the implication anyway. And I think he's absolutely right. And of course, he's already been booked and he'll get sent off. And of course, I don't think the referee made a real fair decision in the first booking anyway, in the first place. It's funny how he made the decision to book Cantwell, but the one with the penalty, he immediately made the decision to send the Hearts player up. I couldn't believe that at times, you know. But there you go. So frailties of the VAR system are there. It needs to be straightened up. Our manager, great decisions yesterday, and I thought that did us a world of good. All the players will benefit from that. You can see Lundstrom's confidence rising all the time, and he's making a really good position for himself now. So keep it going, John.
Yeah, I mean, the defence, Golson's had several partners. The defence looks a bit tighter. We don't give up the wings as easy. The guys walking back, there's more appetite to get back in position. And I'll go back to him, led by Big Seamer, who's up and doing that left-hand side and coming and hitting balls. There just seems to be a spirit that we didn't have Southside. It's frustrating in some respects.
Have you noticed at any point when you're watching the game, we don't look too narrow now, do we? When you look across the defence, because he's got them in that shape. Ox, you noticed that we don't like we're getting up the wings.
Aye, I said that to Fox earlier on, mate. He said, "What's the biggest change?" But I said, "You're not getting coming in. You're not getting to 20 yards from our goal and nobody challenging."
Aye, we're on the front foot when we've got the ball, and he's got his hunting the ball down when we're no. But the most important thing is we've got a good shape about us at the moment, and that's what looks good off the ball. And probably as that, and even with Cantwell only playing. I mean, Cantwell's only just back in the team with Raskin, mate, and they were two players that were big players for us before the end of last season when they came in. And yet the last couple of games have hardly, well, obviously Raskin's out, Cantwell's had bit parts, and the team still went on and won. And other players have come in and showed up well. So he seems to have cajoled them all, and he's got players that, like we've said, that weren't producing the goods now starting to react to him and look a bit happier. But the most important thing, I think, is we're attacking as a team and we're defending as a team. And it's just the shape and the style. And it's easy enough. It must be the way he does it. And I think the other good thing is when each player comes off the park, he's going on speaking to them and talking to them. And that's obviously been his style before he came to Glasgow Rangers. He's probably done that to all his clubs, I would imagine. So that's good for the players as well, that he's shown them respect and whatever he's saying to them. And it's just man management. And if you've got good man management and things are working on the part and you can see the style and the shape and the results, then hopefully these players, while they're there, will just keep steaming in and trying to do the best for the manager. And hopefully we'll see the rewards very shortly.
Aye, know what it looks like to me, Bridge. I think he's simplified some of the stuff.
Did you say simple things?
He simplified it, yeah.
Right, simplified.
Sometimes when I watched the previous regime, I think it looked as if it was too complicated.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's backing the players to the hilt, and it makes a huge difference, you know, to a player and the way the player wants to do it. But he's quick in making his wee changes through the game. I think the manager's doing very, very, very well. And for himself as well, because he's only there 4 weeks now, in fact 3. You know, it's quite amazing. And the transformation of our team is starting to see and take hold, and it's really good. The fans are up for him. That's most important. The fans are up for him, and there'll be some game this week, some game in the European type side of things. I'll be looking forward to getting Ibrox to see that. some game, and the manager he's going to get us to win that. I'm sure he'll get us to win that.
Right, I'm going to get Old School Blue to put a poll up for us. Right, this is this is the 4 most improved players under Philip. Come on, yeah. So John Lundstrom for a start. Would that be fair, Southside?
Aye, I think on the last few games, aye.
Scott Wright, yeah, who was at the door and we never thought we'd see again. And since the Aberdeen game, when he came on and made 2 tackles, he came on and he's added a bit of pace and obviously got a goal. And yesterday's performance was excellent. You know, we're talking about people who's improved, no people. Tav, would you agree with that? Yeah.
I think we've looked more solid at the right side of defence now. Like we've not been
Tav
left open. Golson, oh man, I can't believe I'm saying this. Golson for me has looked a bit more agile. He's looked a bit more switched on. So I think I looked at him now. I've been watching him since he came in, and obviously we've not been really struggling at the back, and I think we've been dealing with close balls and stuff. All right, Yilmaz get caught, but that aside, I think under pressure, long throw-ins and corners, we've done pretty well. So I think he's slightly improved as well at the moment. Golson.
I have to agree with you there. You can notice that he's passing. You know, sometimes he likes to do the long passing, and this just weren't coming off from at all. Some of them are starting to get there, you know. So that'll help him as well, lift his confidence too, you know. I do like Golson.
We're not saying they've been the best players. What we're saying is their form's improved in the last few weeks.
Yeah, 100%.
I would say that if I'm being I would think that Lundstrom might win it, but that's only how I see it, Southside.
I probably would, because probably he's been the biggest difference, because he's played probably more often than well, obviously Tav plays, but just recently looking at the performance for what they were showing, and even being that slow across the back, even Golson would hold onto the ball and have a few touches before he'd consider passing it and stuff. So everything he's getting, when he gets it to his feet, he's moving it a bit quicker. So if you're looking at who's sort of up to level a wee bit, and it'd be Tav, Golson, Lundstrom so far, you're probably right with that. And Scott Wright.
I would go with that. We go with that, Brad, 4?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, other people might see it different. So they're a bit of fun. Right, but come and join us, 0141 356 1972. Give us your thoughts on yesterday. Give us your thoughts on Big Phil. Give us your man in the match. Yeah. And is Tav one of the best free kick takers we've ever had? Southside.
Probably for the amount he scored. David Cooper could take a free kick, George Alberts, you know, but Tav scored some cracking free kicks, mate, you know. That one at Tannadice, if I remember back, you know, for the distance that was and how he bent it and put it right in that corner was unbelievable. And for even leaving the free kick, even the goal at Ross County, where he smashed it from about 25 yards, you know, but yeah. Do you think he's the best?
I don't know. If you were picking somebody to take them. The boys next to the exact same spot as it was yesterday. Would Tav be your choice? That's a tough one, mate, isn't it? You know,
with Alberts.
Oh, well, Alberts running off that. You get away, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you can let it get Big George. Giovanni could hit a free kick, you know. His time at Rangers, he had a couple, didn't he?
Let's be honest, Bridge. He may not be the best, but he's up there. Because he's done it over a period, didn't he?
Oh, I think he's one of the best free kick takers we've had either at any time. With some fantastic people that could take fantastic free kicks. And you could, you know, you just mentioned David Cooper, probably the most memorable free kicks. Yeah, there've been some smashing free kick takers. The Hammer, goodness sake, you know, you're right when you say that people run away. my Tavernier's got something about him when he takes his free kicks. And, well, let me put it this way: particularly when they go in, right? When they don't go in, the thought about it just fizzles out. But you know, when they go in, it's the smile on his face and everything about him is just tremendous. You don't associate him as being one of the best free kick takers there's ever been at Ibrox. But I would.
Oh, aye, listen. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm saying he's one of the best Southside there.
Yeah.
Well, there is. I mean, if you look in football, I mean, at James Ward-Prowse, when he used to get a free kick round about the edge of the box, wasn't it? I mean, 9 times out of 10, he nailed it. You know, and Tav for us, it's been no bad. He's been pretty consistent, but you remember him for the wonder goals that he scores for outside the box and the free kicks. He probably had a hope when he's hit the wall and all that, you know, and no done it. But aye, you remember the memorable goals that he scores for the free kick. But I think George Albert's probably was more consistent with free kicks in his time at Rangers. Maybe you'd need to look at that stat and Seahawks, but I can remember him scoring quite a few for the free kicks for us.
I think they said that was his 111th goal or something yesterday for us. Frightening for a right back, you know. Forgetting about free kicks and forgetting about penalties. Still, the fact you do 50 for right backs, impressive, Bridgeman. Eh?
By the way, I have to say, his 50 was just recently 32 or something like that. You know, my God, you know, just that this guy's. I've said it all the time. He's like an athlete, you know. It really is an athlete, and I know we had a wee dip, and he might have been part of the dip form. And whatever this manager said to him, done to him, patted him in the back the right way. It seems to have done it for him because he's even tightened up in defence a bit. You know, there's not so much panic running through the defence sometimes. You know, that might be through other things, but Tavernier particularly, but a bit stronger in there. And my God Almighty, he's what he gives to the team is inarguable. You couldn't argue with it. He's just great for the team, you know, and the team's great for him. And I hope he goes on and on.
Here. Aye. He's definitely a plus. Well, I'll accept he's not the greatest defender we've ever had. But he's definitely a plus in my eyes, Southside.
Aye, listen, he scored goals for us, right? He's an attacking right back. He scored headers and everything, you know. He scored all types of goals, volleys for outside the box. And we're critical of him at times, but I think going forward, if he still continues with the numbers and we look at that more solid at the back for the time that the manager's got him and wants to keep him, then I think we might see that we don't look as open and he might not be as criticised as much shocks. He's certainly not gone as far forward at times as he was, but he's still gone forward and at times, so the manager's still giving him the freedom to go. And yesterday was just an example. If we get a free kick at that level, at that distance outside the box, and it was funny because I watched him going and tell the two players to the wall where he came out and stand, you know, as if come out here a bit. But aye, it was executed well, mate, and it's something we've seen for as long as Tav's been at Rangers. He scored some amazing goals for outside the box.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, pal. Tav's been, as far as his goal scoring conquest are concerned, just outstanding, just utterly outstanding. I think we were having a debate a few months ago when he wasn't doing that great, and we were saying, you know, what we're going to do with him. And a question I asked was, what do we do without his goals? How does our club football team survive without the amount of goals that Tav scores? We don't have anybody. By that time, we were saying, we don't have anybody can score goals. But now, a few months later, and a different manager, and we get Seema, you get Dinola. You know, these guys are willing to take up Scott Wright. It's just great to see. It's great to see the transformation, and Tav's part of that transformation.
And Mr. Fox loved him. You see his wee ditty he's put in the chat there Southside for us all to read.
Well, I did. I just seen it there, right?
I'm going to look at that.
I did, to see it first, I didn't read the top of it, and I thought, free kicks, and I'm looking at them thinking, right, and then I looked down, I seen Steve Bruce in there, and I'm thinking, he never took a free kick. Some stat in there, innit?
Aye, some players. Getting back to the guys that's improved, Lundstrom's shading it with 40%, 37 Scott Wright, Tab 17, and Golson 6. You know, just a wee poll to see where we go. But the fact that we're talking about players improving, are you finding it good or frustrating, Southside?
It's a bit of the two in a minute, to be honest. It breaks your heart to think that these players look like in your eyes when you're watching them, chucking it, basically, and not doing enough and putting any effort in to play for the Rangers. And then you look at it now and you can see a bigger effort, and it looks like they want to be there and playing to a style and structure. So, aye, it's annoying, mate, but it's part and parcel of sometimes what players do at clubs. Managers gave them all a clean slate, as he says. We probably haven't as a support, but at the moment, the fact that they're responding to him and they're doing the job required, and aye, we want better, we want maybe a lot better, but we can see that it's getting better, and it's still baby steps, but it's certainly getting better. And the effort for the players that we've criticised in the past for lack of effort and desire and heart, at times shown in a jersey, are certainly responding.
Aye. It's listen, you can only deal with the cares you've got at the time, Bridgeman, yeah, and things are improving, eh?
Yeah, and look, there's others to come in as well, and some of the guys, I don't know whether he's going to be able to do anything with Roof, just for saying sake. If Roof comes back with any injury, will he be able to talk, whisper in his ear, and make things happen for Roof? It'd be great to see, because he is a qualified, good striker, you know. So I would imagine, I don't know, maybe put Danilo and Roof up front. It'd be something to see, wouldn't it? It'd be something to see, those two scoring goals. But that's the way I look at it anyway. I think the improvements are all there for everybody to see, and the new guys, any new guys that come in, and the old guys who are sitting there have never been spoken to properly regarding playing in the first team yet. They've got a wee surprise that one coming up, because I think the guy's very influential, very influential.
Aye, he's impressed me as a manager. Aye, well said, Bridge. You know, he's tweaked it. He's not a lot of time, so he said, if we're honest, he seems to be a good fit.
He's got the experience, hasn't he? He's been a football player. He's played at international level, and he's won league titles. So he's gained the experience of probably having to go into teams, build them, and then try and make them win, which he's done. Apart from Monaco, but in saying that, he done well seemingly at his time there. I think they scored a lot of goals while he was at Monaco. So he's a good fit for us, I think. It's as a lot of callers have come on and said before, and a lot of have said on the show, it feels like we've got a proper manager now that knows what he's doing. And at the moment, for what we've seen, it looks like he knows what he's doing, because the results are there. The performances are getting better. We're scoring goals, we're creating chances. We've had the odd, not so great half, and a bit like we've seen in certain games, but he's tweaked it, sorted it, and he's also took players off at half time and changed it. So he's good, because he's got no allegiance to any of these players that's at the club, and he'll do it his way, and I'm happy that he's there, mate, and he's making good progress, and he's making all his bears happy at the moment.
Aye, I agree. Just going back to the fact that he's making substitutions at half time. I mean, he brought Danilo on, he's brought Wright on at half time, you know, in the last couple of weekends. I think you should be able to do that, Bridge, because you've got to use the 5 subs to your advantage as much as you can.
Yeah, you think the back right back to Gerrard, and he didn't. It was all like 60, 70 minutes, and to wait. And that their manager's just total confidence in what he's doing, and it's proven to be right. Mate, I'm going to make these decisions, and the guys can come on at half time, anytime after half time, and just his decision to make a substitution. Fantastic, great decisions, and he's got to be applauded for it. He's got to be.
Aye, I thought it was bold yesterday, but I think he got it spot on. Southside, spot on.
Aye, like I said, I didn't notice straight away because I just go to my seat and I looked about and the first thing I seen. But listen, it made a difference. And when a manager makes a sub and they have an impact like Scott Wright had, then it's hard to criticise him, isn't it? He's going to be proven right, you know.
Aye, I don't think that's Cantwell's position. Quickly, lads, before we go to the tune. I don't know what you are thinking, Bridge.
Well, we've tried to discuss where is Cantwell's position. I think he's doing a great job in the position he's doing. A manager, of course, will find where he wants him to play eventually. But I just think that Cantwell, he's one of these guys that's always involved. And the opposition always take whatever advantage they can of him. Like what happened yesterday. I didn't think it was a free kick, and I didn't think it was a booking. I didn't think any of the kind. But the referee decided it was. But he's got to watch who's in the firing line. He'll continuously be in the firing line until he gets him in there, what position he wants him, and let him relax into it and do what he needs to do. I think he's a smashing player. I'd hate to lose any of the talents he's got. He's a really smashing player. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that's his position, Southside, personally, you know.
Aye, probably because he showed more influence last year for the number 10, but seeing games, you're going to need somebody like Cantwell who's probably coming on into the play a bit deeper, who can carry the ball up the park, go and play a 1-2, get us up the park, take a man on, beat him. And you might have your playmaker at number 10. Now, if Lammers isn't the one everybody's happy with, well, even if you put Todd Cantwell in there, you still have to have another player that's going to pick the ball up a bit deeper and still be able to carry the ball to you. When we're playing packed defences, you need two sort of players. You'll have a bit of pace in one of the wings maybe, but you need to have try and get two ball-playing, carrying, creative players. And if that would be Todd Cantwell, Lammers, or Lammers and Lawrence, or Lawrence and Cantwell, whatever, you want to try and keep players that can open up teams with that through ball or a bit of intelligence or shoot for the edge of the box. So I think at all times it might not always suit him much, but I think this manager will find a way to get the players right into the positions that he wants going forward.
Right, boys, get yourselves in mute. We're going to have a tune.
And there in fact goes the final whistle. And Rangers, the Scottish Premier Champions, have won the best of the clash. As a header down the big fence off the line, it must be the goal! Rangers have scored! It's 2-1 for Rangers!
The streets be broad and narrow, follow we will, follow we will, follow we will. Though the streets be broad and narrow, follow we will follow in the footsteps of our King. Follow, we will follow Rangers, everywhere, anywhere, we will follow on. Down the
out from goal on the left-hand side, and he walloped it first time, and the goalkeeper never even saw it.
There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, no, not one, and there never shall be one. Celtic, no.
Brilliant run by Haisley, drifting left towards the end of the penalty area. Swings it all back across Mackay. Oh, Mackay's just scored for Rangers! A superb goal! Walter Smith turned into Lutzes.
There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers. No, not one, and there never shall be one. We are the Rangers boys. Boys by our noise. We'll be waiting to see a team at night looks all away. Oh, we are the Glasgow Rangers boys. We are the Rangers boys. Boys by our noise. We'll be waiting to see a team at night looks all away. Oh, we are the Glasgow Rangers boys.
Durant found Haisley running across the left side. A ball played across, and McCoy's coming in, heading it first time for his 29th goal of the season, and Scotland's goal king strikes again.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Okay. Just to give you the poll, as we sit this now, 45% John Lundstrom, 38 Scott Wright, 16 James Taft, the rest of Connor. That's no surprise, if I'm being honest, Southsider.
I suppose when you look at the other three, they've got a lot more game time than Scott Wright's had. But aye, it's close, and it's just a wee difference that we've seen in the players since he's come in. Sort of had a wee bit of an impact at times. So aye, and it's positive works, and it's good because it shows that the guys come straight in a short space of time, and also he's got to change this team and squad again to what that was picked by the original manager through the fitness of the players at the time. So he's got another job to do going forward. But aye, it's good that these four players, I think, have showed a wee bit of a difference for the team and themselves and the club, mate.
I see them senior players. Yeah, good result, good performance. I want to talk about the support bridge. I thought the support absolutely superb yesterday. Absolutely superb.
What can you say about our support? They're, in my opinion, the best supporter in the world. And they back the team non-stop, just utterly non-stop. And you look at that stadium, and I reckon they could have a lot more Rangers fans in there. Let's put it that way. There's some spaces all over the place. And our support, they just utterly love the Rangers. They just love them. And that shows through, blatantly shows through. And we'll follow on. And I just wish I was younger and I'd be able to do a bit more following on and a bit more games to be able to go to and things like that.
Southside's just messaged me. I'm glad you know that be one less ticket for him to get. There you go.
Very
I
good.
get your point. Don't we all wish we were younger, Bridge? Don't we all? But I thought the support yesterday, Southside, magnificent.
Aye, there was a There's a few young kids in that I seen standing at the turnstiles with their dads or their mums and that, and it's good to see them getting a chance to go to Hampden as well. They possibly go to Ibrox at home, but for the young kids to go with their dad and go to see a semi-final at Hampden Ox, you know, now they've got a final to look forward to. But the support was magnificent, sang loud and proud as always. It was a good atmosphere for the Rangers support throughout the game, Ox.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Right, it's only a few weeks. Philip, come on, make you score them out of 10 so far, Southside.
I'd give him an 8 because I know there's one more improvement to come. So I'd give him an 8.
You're a half crowd. Bridge?
I'd give him 9. I think it's a 9 out of 10, and in some instances 10 out of 10. But overall, 9 out of 10. A very short space he's been here, and if it continues, if the Rangers continue improving the way they're going, then you know, come the end of the season, he's going to be the Players' Player of the Year. If you follow me, you know, everybody's going to love it in the bits, and it's just going to be tremendous for him. And really and truly, after such a tough 3 weeks, and we'll get some great games coming up ahead. Let's hope we can carry us through there. Really hope so.
Oh, we've got some runner fixtures coming Southside.
Aye, we have, but we'll just have to deal with them as they come. I'm a wee bit more confident, Ox, if I'm honest, getting into these fixtures now as the games tick by. So we've got, I think, 2 games to play, and then we're going to get a wee break. Hopefully then you'll get more time as well. Well, certain some of the players will get time to work with them during the international, and hopefully when we come back, we'll come out flying at Pittodrie that day, and we'll take care of them hopefully when we get back to playing. But 2 games going forward, mate, and we can build momentum as we go.
Bridgeman? Can you come, Bridge?
Hey, pal. I
Yeah.
missed something here. Apologies.
Yeah. Aye, again, it's all about momentum, Southside. You know, listen, good runs will come and go, and you know, but you started well. We're scoring goals, and we're not getting a lot away at the back, so it's a good combination, Bridge. Yeah?
Oh yes. I think the defence is toughened up, and they've still got the odd panic moments and things like that. But I dare say every defence gets that, even at their peak. But I just the way the improvement is throughout the defence. Even Borner's playing well. You know, truth be told, he's out and he's in, he's back again and all that. And he played quite well at the other day. So the manager's made the same impact at the defence as he has in the midfield, to be honest, and of course the forward line. So well done to him. Well done to everybody.
I'm going to put you in the spot again, Southside.
Are you really?
Aye, no too difficult. Don't worry, it's Monday, no Friday. The 3 portions of the team: defence, attack, and midfield. Or defence, midfield, and attack. What part is now functioning best for you?
You always want to see scoring goals, don't you? But you need to prevent goals. I think. We've had we've not been great in every game that he's been in. Ox, we've struggled in games and that, and we've not got going. So I would probably say throughout it, I'd probably say the defence. And the reason I'm thinking off the top of my head with the defence is I know we've scored a lot of goals. People will be screaming what you're talking about, but we were dogged in Sparta away. We fought and we flung our bodies in there, and we've only conceded the 2 goals. Is that right? We were praising Butland all the time for saving us. I think he said probably less today in the last game or 2. He's had a couple of saves, but I think you can see the defensive shape is better. That could be down to the midfield helping out Ox, but I think the defence is looking a bit more solid than it had been.
Same question, you, Bridge?
Yeah, 100% in defence. Obviously, it's very unlucky. Suter's injured again, so the defence has changed about 4 or 5 times in the last 6 weeks, for instance. But if the manager can get them, I would suggest that Balogun and Golson will be central defensive thing, just because they're the only ones he's really seen, and I thought that Ben Davies, when he came on, I like him. I think he does well, but he was involved in 2 incidents. One of them cost a penalty, and the other nearly cost a goal. So these kind of things, he's got to. Hopefully, he can smarten himself up a wee bit when he comes in. He makes sure. No, I'm not criticising him too much. Just to say that's the truth. And the defence is struggling a wee bit sometimes, But they played well, and as Southside say, they're dogged. They keep it all together as much as possible, and they get themselves through it. That's it. They win for each other.
Right, we need you to come and join us. It's a phone-in show, Southside.
Yes, it's a phone-in show, so that's what you can do. Phone in, and if you don't want to talk to us, you could phone in, leave a question.
Aye, come in, have a question.
But we'd like you to come in and speak and have a chat with us. It's always the same, X. We're winning. Rangers are doing well at the moment, so surely you'll want to come on and praise them.
Are you saying that people would rather come on? Well, we're not doing so well. Is that the point you're making, Southside?
Is that the point you're making? Yeah, it's like anything, isn't it? When the Rangers have had a bad defeat, obviously people want to come on and say a lot about the club, but it generally goes a bit quiet when we're doing well. But we would like to hear somebody phone in, 1 or 2 years, and come in and have a chat. The legend's on the night. The Bridgeman's on the legend.
Bridgeman's on. You can ask him about anything. Relationships, DIY, driving. Financial advice. He's good at that. Southside, isn't he?
Aye. Experiencing court appearances, things like that.
Dear. Oh, I can't remember them all. It wasn't me, Your Honour. I made a mistake.
I've never known a guy to get done so many times. He wasn't there.
That Vine Street party was the second home to me, I tell you.
No comment, Bridge. No comment. Aye, come and join us. Give us your thoughts. 0141 356 1972. Did you want Philip come on to get the job? Has he won you over already? I didn't know enough about the man. I'll be honest with you, Southside. Obviously, like everybody else, when he's in the frame, you check him out. Before he was linked with our job, I didn't know anything about him.
Nah.
I've got to say, I'm impressed. Simple. Passion. Expect players to do a job. Simple.
I'll be honest, didn't know much about him. Obviously, he had a wee look. The fact that he'd been successful at clubs was a bonus. His professionalism, the fact he's played the game, played international level, did allude that he wasn't the greatest. He had some faults, but players have worked on that. I think he's shown he's a winner. I think he's a good man management. I think he showed day skills with the players. I think he talks well about this story that he's going to build. So I've been impressed with him, Ox, and he's came in with a style and a set of tactics that he's trying to implement, and slowly we can see it getting there with the players as they come back to fitness and we get some back in the team. He's having to keep changing the team about, and he's no scared, like we said earlier, to make subs at half time, and we seem to get a reaction at times in the second half of games. So aye, he's got an influence on that squad, and you can clearly see it, Ox.
Has it surprised you, Bridge, how quick it's happened?
Well, delightfully, may I say, because I couldn't see where we were going to get the impetus and the drive. I probably would get it eventually, through a good manager. But it would take some time, and possibly even up to Christmas, New Year time, maybe into January, and get some players in. My goodness, he's taking the same players that were there, and he's turned them around. Some of these players, he's actually turned them around. It's just fantastic. Well, what a job he's done. It has to be. He's fully admired by, I'm sure, all the Rangers supporters. Full of admiration for him for what he's done. And obviously, the truth of the thing is, he's going to have to keep doing it. It's got to be there. The improvement's got to be continuous, and the players need to do their big bit now and continue the drive forward. My goodness, big job ahead. Big job ahead.
Cause for optimism, Southside?
Aye, mate. Aye, we've got to be optimistic. I just think he's made a change to the whole environment at the club. And I think obviously he's still working with the backroom coaches that he's gave, like Stephen Davis and Alex Ray and Stevie Smith at the moment. And he's also got the boy that he brought with him, Stefan van der Heyden. So, aye, they've made a difference, mate. And he talks well. I think he's going to bring a bit of professionalism and standards to the club that have probably dropped after Steven Gerrard left. Because when he was there, the players, that squad, whatever squad was there, they all went into that gym. Every day they were in that gym. But when he was there, and then I know they weren't so keen on going to the gym later on when he left. So I can imagine that they'll be back in that gym and working for that manager, because he shows the standard and the professionalism, and he's not a mug, and I think he's got a presence about him and an aura when he walks in that dressing room, and they're certainly responding to him, mate.
Aye, I couldn't argue with that, mate. I couldn't argue with that. And it's not been revolution, it's been evolution, if that makes sense, Bridge, yeah?
Absolutely, pal, absolutely. I also think there's a bit of steely, really steely character Clement's got, and he's making the players aware of who he is. And this is my team, and this is my club, and this is my job, and you work for me, blah blah blah. And if I'm not saying he's actually saying the words, but if you don't get your gas into gear type thing, you'll not be here. Simple as that, And that's what I think he's actually implying when he talks to the guys. He's Walter Smith was magic at it, he made no bones about it, and people knew and understood. People that played for him understood what was happening, and I think it's a similar thing with this guy. There's no, your pal, definitely know your daddy. You follow what I mean, So there's nothing in it other than you do. I'm saying to you, do this, and you do this, and we'll all be happy. Do your job. And I think it's fantastic.
It's really surprised me how quick it's happened. I was thinking he's going to have to get some players in here, Southside beer. If I'm being honest, I'm thinking we're a busted.
Aye. Listen, some players will respond in a squad, in any team that we've watched over the past, not just Rangers teams. The players, they respond to when a manager comes in. When some might go a bit stale, they've been there that a bit of length of time, and some players go stale at the club, and that's when you should be trying to move them on. But at the moment, they're all responding to him, and I thought one or two probably he wouldn't have got a tune out of, if I'm honest. But at the moment he is, and that's positive for him, for us, and the club at the moment. And some will be trying to get a contract, because let's not be kidded, they're at a massive club, pressure's on every week to win, and they've got a brilliant support that follow them home and away.
Well paid.
I was just about to say, they get well paid, so why would you not want to be here and play for this club, but that'll be down to your manager, and I hope going forward he'll make the right decisions. It'll be best for him to get us the success that we need and what we want and what we deserve, and going forward I think we'll get that, mate. I think we'll definitely get it.
Did you get your contract letter through for Fox? Big percentage rise again, was it?
I can't reveal that because Bridge is there, and I think it might be. I think it might be bigger than his this time. I know he gets a big chunk, but I'm hoping it's bigger than his.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, we've been joined by Joanna. Evening, Joanna.
Good evening. Hi, everybody.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm smiling. It took
Good on
me a
you.
while, but I'm smiling now.
Is that because of yesterday's result?
It's just the goals. They've just been really, really good, the goals. So it's just, I don't know. It's been a roller coaster, obviously, but I'm smiling now. That's the important thing.
Right, okay. Southside, a lady smiling.
Yep. Nah, Joanna, it's certainly been good. We're scoring a lot of goals these days. We're creating loads of chances. We could have took more yesterday. A wee bit better luck, a wee bit better finishing. We could have probably scored 4 or 5, maybe even 6. But it's good. It's good that our managers got us creating chances, and we've got players now that are taking them, and also penalties are going in more often. And we scored a good goal for a free kick yesterday. And obviously, Oxy's pal Scott Wright scored a really good goal and a good move. It was good play.
I don't think anybody was expecting that goal, but that was a good goal.
It was a great goal, great move, great finish. And nobody cheered it louder than me, Joanna. Nobody cheered it louder than me.
Of course, Ox. Of course, yeah.
Let's just say I was as shocked as that went in as I was when Sam Lammers scored that wonder goal during the week as well, yeah?
Oh, and Jag. That goal from Jag was really good. Lammers was taking it all out that after scoring that goal. That was nice. I'm sure the South Side was very happy with that goal after praising Lammers so much.
I was, Joanna. I was up at Dens Park, and it was some goal and some finish. I think he didn't have a great game yesterday, but he looked to get on the ball. He made passes and kept the play moving, and hopefully we'll see him get back in the score sheet shortly. But it doesn't matter, Joanna, who scores for the Rangers. We just want him to play well and win. That's the main thing.
That is true. I was just going to say that as well, because I noticed that yesterday, well, kind of came to my head yesterday that it doesn't matter who actually scores, as long as we win the game and score more goals than the other team. That's all that matters. So I'm happy as long as we win. That's all. So sometimes it's gonna be Danilo, sometimes it's gonna be Desert, sometimes it's gonna be Lammers, whoever it is. Just win the game. But obviously Tab will always take those penalties, and hopefully he always get it in.
Bridgeman, in you come.
Yeah, I feel the same as Joanna there. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't care who scores the goals, really, as long as they can get some goals and let us win those victories, because that's what's going to build our confidence and help the manager to see us through. Because we've got a long tough journey to the end of the year here, and it's going to be tough all the way. We're a big team, a big target. We're injured without the manager, so it's got to go forward.
Yep.
Yeah. The turnaround's been quite apparent, Joanna, yeah. The upturn in forums in the last few weeks and desire. We've done all sorts of things. We've had decent away performance. We've come back for 1-0 down with a minute to go and managed to win the game, things that we weren't doing before. I know some of the performance against the Hearts at Ibrox wasn't great, but we showed the desire that wasn't there a few weeks ago. Eh?
Yeah, it's there. It's coming up. I think it's showing up, and it's good to see as well, because that's why I'm saying it's a little bit of a roller coaster, because at the beginning it's always like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Who's going to score? Are we going to lose this game? Are we going to win? And then boom, we win. So that's kind of like a little bit of magic as well in the game. But until we don't win that game, it's very nerve breaking or something, So yeah. But it's nice to see that we're winning and we're getting the points and then closing that gap, just like you guys say.
Hope so. Anyway, we've been joined by our Andrew. Evening, Andrew.
Good evening. Hope everybody's well. I think it's refreshing to see him playing people in their proper positions. Other than Cantwell, I don't think he's playing him in his right position, but I'm getting into the head and asking them to do what they're supposed to do. They're looking good. It's only a few games, but if we can keep going and keep building the momentum, you'd like to think that everybody's up for it. They know the fact that there's a final waiting at the end of it there in a few weeks' time. So everybody's busting their gut, hopefully, to get a spot on that final day. And I think we're playing really well. I get nothing to moan about.
Oh, I don't believe that.
No, honestly, I'm telling you, like they're playing well at the minute. They've updated for Dundee, and the last two games, you've had two halves out of them, really, haven't you? I mean, we were steady away. Should have put them away. Couple of goals in the first half, but didn't. I says to Shugs at half time, I don't like this. We've had the half chances here, and we've seen this script before, right enough, but, come out, got the penalty straight away. I like the camaraderie when we scored. I don't know if you noticed that they all seem to be on the same page, where that was a bit hit and miss before this guy that's come in now. I like the look of him. I hope it works for him. Hope it works for everybody, and that means we're going to be winning trophies and all that. I like the way he talks as well. I think I like the way he works his cell on the sideline. I don't think any player that's sort of like slack on the pack. I think he's going to be in their ear. He's going to point them out and bring them towards him and get them tell. I like the way when he brings them off, he tells them. So, that's positive. I don't think we've had a manager like this for a long time, eh? So, yeah, I'm happy with this. We're always happy. We want to see the Rangers win. That's what it's always been about. So, hopefully we've got a manager that gets it and the players are going to roll with him. And, at the end of the season, like he says, if you put it in every game, try. We're not going to win every game. That's football. If you put it in every game, he's usually there when the trophies are handed out. And I just hope that they go with him and things could be good here. I'm liking it. How about that for positivity? You can't be giving me a banging tonight for that one.
On yourself, Andy.
I was going to just... Yes, mate.
Is that Shugget's on?
No,
Andy. I'm going to phone Leeds Hospital for you. I'm going to phone Leeds Hospital for you, by the way. You're going to go in there and get tested after that tonight.
Listen, if we carry on like this, you'll not want me to ring at all because I've got nothing to wind you up with.
I think you'll find that you can't wind us up anyway. I want to ask you a couple of questions then, Andy.
Go on then.
Yeah, what do you make of the performance of our captain, the extraordinary James Tavernier?
He's playing very, very well at the moment now, isn't he? I've got to say that right enough. You know my opinions on him right enough. I still say he can't defend right enough, but he's playing very well, Mm-hmm. Good goal ratio really, isn't it, for a fullback, if you look at it over a piece. Like I've always said, like, if he scores goals and he plays well, I'll say he's played well, The last couple of games he has, you know what I mean? And long may it continue.
Yeah, you can only critique what you've seen.
Yeah.
Outside, Joanne laughing. Andy happy.
I know.
It's
I'm shocked.
Can't read. Southside, what's going on?
I don't know, but it's good to hear Andy being positive. Andy has been positive since he came in. You can see. I said when we all said it on the show, we couldn't see a style of player apart. And these players looked like they either were underachieving and no trying, or didn't have a clue on the part where they were meant to be and what was meant to be happening. So the big difference is that he's come in, he doesn't know this squad, and he's a manager, and he's got something to offer these players through his man management skills and his tactics and style. And as long as these players are there at the moment in that squad, we're getting a positive reaction. And I think Lundstrom stepped up, I think because he had a lot of negativity because he kept passing the ball back all the time, and it was slow goals and as well, 2 and 3 touches before he'd pass it across the defence. That's all been speeded up, and it's about he's making sure that these players are going to show desire, heart, and make sure that they want to get on the ball and make things happen and run through brick walls for 90 minutes for him. And I think that's what he's installing slowly into that team at the moment, and I think that's what we're seeing. Although we've seen patchy first half performances, we've seen a reaction, and he's not scared to change it, Andy. So, aye, he feels like a proper manager, and listening to him speaking in press conferences and that, it makes you even understand it even better, the way he talks. It's about the team all the time, so it's not about individual players in his eyes. He will answer it if he's asked, but he keeps going back to team, doesn't he? It's about a team game, team performance, team effort.
What? Southside, yeah?
Aye. That will be a squad, aye. Obviously, the squad will thing me, but he just keeps saying team and building. So, aye, I like everything he's had to say so far.
So, what's Shug making there, man, Andy?
Oh, he likes him. Yeah, he thinks he's going to be the real deal, like, you know. So, I'm just taking the lead off of Shug's, like, you know what I mean? If he said it's all right, I just go along with him at the moment. Like I said, I've been sick of mumping my gums for the last 2 times, but we've not been, you know, we can't kid the fact where we've been, can we? You know, we've not tried. We've not played in the right position with a manager that, geez, I don't know what he was trying to do, but it's gone now. As I said to you the other night there, I'm trying to look forward. I like him. Now, this guy's not going to mess about. I mean, if you look at him and his sidekick, you wouldn't want to fall out with him anyway. So you get more out of it. If they go and put it in and like they're playing them in the right positions, the majority of them, you know, you get enjoyment and satisfaction. If you do something well, you know, you want more of it, don't you? I mean, I can never get my head, that's been my problem. I can never get my head around they didn't want, you know, a club of our size and fan base and, you know, what they mean to us. I could never get my head why they would just lay down or down tools at times, but I don't think it's going to happen under him. I think he'll move some of them on. I think we're pretty clear that he ain't going to ruffle the feathers. He's getting a tune out of them. Some of them might save the career, but he will bring his own players, and I think he'll bring some of his own countrymen in as well. And Belgium is quite high up in the, you know, in the internationals there, and the top 2 or 3 teams are pretty good quality. So he brings a couple of them in as well. You don't know. I mean, you might bring other players around that we have think that's been really bad or wanting out the door, or wanting out the door. They might. You don't know. This guy seems to have something about him. Just the game by game bit and all that. You know, as soon as we won the semi-final there yesterday, I'm not bothered about that. I've got a European game to sort out on Thursday night. I'm liking that. That's the right attitude. And as he said, right at the end of it, he said, if we play well, we'll get it right, it'll bring rewards. That's a great way of going about it. Brilliant. There you go.
Can I come in there, Roger?
Aye, you need to come in because I don't know what to say, Bridge. I'm in shock.
I'd like to commend Andy because that's the most positive I've ever heard Andy speaking. I think it's absolutely fantastic. He's talking the team up, the club up, every player up, and of course the manager up. Well done, Andy. 10 out of 10.
The strange thing is, Joanna, when you meet Andy, he's a nice guy.
I'm scared to meet Andy.
No, I don't. No, I'm good.
I'm not saying he's no scary, but he's a nice guy.
Okay.
Trust me, telling the truth.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to say before I go that I was the one of the few that voted for Golson, by the way, because it's nice to hear that Golson is doing better. We haven't been hearing about Golson for a long time, so it's nice to hear Southside especially speaking good about him, because that shows that he's putting the effort on. So yeah. So anyway, that was that.
All right.
Good night, everybody, and thank you for taking my call.
Pleasure. Speak to you soon.
Good night, Doc.
Good night.
Bye.
Aye, Golson. Obviously, the whole team's playing better Southside.
I know, I can't believe I said that myself about Golson, but I've seen a wee improvement in him. He's looking a bit more agile, and I think the defence has looked a bit more solid and a bit more structured. And we've not got the gaping hole, and we're not getting up wings and all that. So, aye, it just seems a better solid structure. And
See
that's
what a
what
real
he's-
shame is there is Balogun being the age he is, because I think he's a cracking defender. Him. Proper,
Aye.
what I call a proper defender. Him, gets stuck in, good at man marking. Don't think he can play 3 games a week or even 2 now, but I don't know. I don't think he'll get in there on Thursday night. Maybe he's not. I don't think he's in the squad, is he? Is he not in the squad? I don't know.
No, he wasn't put in the European squad, Andy.
No,
He's one of the ones that the manager mentioned, not name, just people that he couldn't pick in the squad. It's going to be tough.
I think looking at it now, I think Ben Davis will come back in, if I'm being honest, Southside.
Aye, I think that's reasonable. I think he will myself. And hopefully he'll have a good game. But we've got other players as well. You've got Cifuentes now going to hopefully pick up some game time, and obviously Tom Warren's got his wee cameo, and hopefully training and that will give him more game time as well. And also you'll probably see, I'm wondering if my wee boy Ross McCausland will manage to keep his place or still get some game time once a couple of other players in the Fraskin comes back. I'm hoping he does. I'm hoping he can keep his place in there in that squad and try and give him some more game time, but it'll be interesting going forward.
The only thing would worry me, if you get to 6, 7, 8, 2 months, and all of a sudden he's only a handful of minutes, mate, it's not good for him, is it? He's got to play.
Aye, well, obviously his contract's coming up and all, and you can see the potential. I'm hoping I'll see him tomorrow night against Airdrie in the cup tie. But aye, it's somebody I think that he showed promise. Aye, he's a young boy, but he's 20. And I'd like to hope that when the big hitters come back, even Matondo will be back soon or not. It's another one that's going to push him, and Scott Wright's come into the fold and been playing well. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on, Ox. I think we've been joined by Bob Gia. You there, Bob Gia?
I was reading the poll at their Southside when I was still on mute.
I was wondering, I just seen you on mute, Mel, sorry.
Yeah, I was talking to myself. I was doing a bridge. 48% John Lundstrom, 38% Scott Wright, 13% James Tavernier, and Joanna has obviously told us she voted for Conor Golson. Evening, Bob Gia. No, he was there. Oh, he's there now, hopefully. Evening, Bob Gia.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing?
All right, mate. What's on your mind, mate?
I presume we're all happy bears.
Well, myself, Bridgeman, and Southsider. Andy?
Very happy. I thought you were going to dig me there, right enough.
Are you not happy, Andy?
I'm very happy. No worry about that. They've done really well, big man. You know what I mean? So I'll keep it going. Nothing better than seeing the Rangers win the games, is it?
I think we're only going to get better. I do. The difference is no real. The fluency, the urge, everything, the organisation, the lot. It's something that's been missing for a while. So, yeah, keep it going. There's no reason why we shouldn't. People say, it's only the SPL. It's only been the SPL. We need challenge for somebody for a while, but they're going to get a challenge now. So, yeah, well done, Rangers. I thought Lundstrom was outstanding. There you go. Again, what any of you thought about that? I thought he was outstanding. I thought the whole team was outstanding. There you go. Let's be fair.
I don't disagree with you. I thought he was our best player in the first half, Southside.
Aye, I thought of the piece, Bob Jerry had quite a good game. He was probably, I thought he shaded it, although Tav got 2 goals and that, and Scott Wright came on. I thought Scott Wright came on, changed the second half for us. And I thought he did a really good game. He was influential in loads of parts of the play. But I thought Lundstrom over the piece, because we weren't great in the first half. I thought he was the pick of the players in the first half for us, to be honest, Bob Gia.
Aye, no, definitely. I mean, again, the first half, I mean, it took time to suss it out, but I think once Rangers got gone, they were nice stopping them. no danger. I mean, that lot made their mouth go on the wireless and in the media in general with what they were going to do. And Lord Shankman was saying he was going to knock us out the cart. Well, all right, the boys got to that. He's got to talk his club up. But, nah, they never even looked like it. Never even looked like it. We got a harder game the week before. And I thought Rangers were absolutely outstanding. And I hope we can keep it up on Thursday night.
Going back to him, I think it was obvious what they'd done. The week before, he causes a wee bit of bother Southside, and then Bridge can come in on that. But this week, they hunted him down and didn't give him any time because he's not the quickest. And he became ineffective Southside, didn't he?
Aye. He is quite a strong physical player now. I've seen him develop, Shankland, you know. He always lacked that bit of pace, but I think as he's got older, I think he's learned a lot more, and I think he, against his Ibrox, he causes a lot more problems. But we nullified it at Hampden, and Big Balogun was picking him up at set pieces and stuff and all, so I was quite confident the Biggin's good in the air and he would do a job. So I was happy with the way the team performed or the piece, mate. We're in a final, and it's something to look forward to when we get there.
I agree with Southside there. He was well marshalled by Balogun for most of the time, and he actually never shone at all apart from the penalty and a couple of wee flashes later on in the game when he came out. But seriously, I don't rate the guy at all on that performance. He seemed easily quelled by our defence, but our defence played well.
Personally, I don't think we should sign him because I think we can get better.
Well, you know me, Bob, there. You know what I say about that? I wouldn't pay him a penny. Nothing.
No, I think we can get better. I think this man will entice better to the club. And I think he's going to be a real good manager for Rangers as block. Okay, he's only 4 games in, but I do think this chap's going to be a really good manager for us. So, onwards and upwards, eh?
Aye. There just seems to be something about him. I don't know. It's if you think how negative things were, how quickly it's all came together, it's pretty frightening, Andy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty obvious that a lot of the players also down tools on Bale as well. I think it was something that Butland said there a couple of weeks ago, you know, for somebody that's in the club for a short space of time. I definitely think there was something going on. In a daft kind of way, you see, was it Partick we played in the quarterfinals there when they wheeled that the guy with the white hat on, and they asked him a question, and so, well, what tactics are you playing? He said, I don't know. I actually says to Shugs, I says, right, he's already on the way down here. I said, but that guy's just hung him. You know, with that's his right-hand man that didn't know nothing. So if I'm thinking that, and other people are thinking that, and the players are obviously thinking that, if he's supposed to be coaching them or looking after him outside of Bale on the training field, you'd see why we were in trouble, to be honest with you. On the Shanklin one, I would take him. I like Shanklin. He knows how to score against them. And what do we need players to do? Score against them, which we've not been doing greatly over the last. He's actually, the last 3 times he's played Rangers, he's actually scored against us in every game. And he scores against them. And I think the chances we make, I think that boy would do all right for us. You know, I'd sooner have him in the desert, put it that way. But yeah, the Scouts guy plays better when Jack's in the team. That's my opinion.
Interesting. One interesting we see. We've not really seen what's happened with Raskin yet. We'll know the full extent. Is he going to be available for Thursday night, Southside? It'll be interesting, won't it?
I think we'll just have to wait to the press conference and see what he says. I think it looked like he rolled his ankle when he had that shot, wasn't it? So you don't know how bad it is. It could be a few weeks. No, and you might probably you'll be guided by the medical team. I'm sure Raskin maybe get it strapped up. He might want to play if he think it's a possibility, Hawks. But at the moment, we seem to be doing all right. But Europe's, they're quicker players and it's a quicker game sometimes, and it'll be a bigger test for us on Thursday night than it has been since he came in, since his last test against them away. So we need to get 3 points on Thursday and that puts us in a good position, a bit more positivity about the club, gives the players more confidence as well. And if we can get a few goals into the bargain and make it a good result for us in a win, then that just breeds more confidence to be going to Livingston, So that's all he's doing, building confidence, and we're doing it slowly, Andy, and we're seeing the wee steps of improvement.
Yeah, well, if it keeps going up a wee bit every game, then we're going to be happy. We're going to get to a place that we want to be. I think we will. I mean, I definitely think these players will get fitter under him. I don't think there's any doubt about it. See that wee chamber that he's on about? I keep chuckling at that. I think you just imagine them all coming off there, getting back and going to half a dozen of them. You get in that chamber there, right enough. you can just see the way he conducts himself. He's wanting the best out of him, and he can't understand why that's not happened. And let's be honest, he's coming into a job because the previous manager, buzzed it up, for want of another word. So he's wanting to know why they're not performing, and he's not going to leave a stone unturned until he finds out, why this is happening and whether he can stop these injuries, or get Mary. What did he say there? He said he's never seen anything like that at any club he's been at. He's really wanting to get at the bottom of that. So that's good as well, because we don't want all these players out for a year or half a year or whatever, not giving us anything. It's costing us money, and we're not bringing anything in on the show for him. So yes, come on, he's right. Get him told, and hopefully they'll bow down to him now.
I'm saying he's been right a lot of the times, isn't he, Andy?
I think so. I like his tactical substitutions as well. He's not afraid to make a decision. I think he'd do that with any of the so-called stars in the team. If he didn't think they're putting it in, and he's got a change on the bench that he thinks can do a job, I think he'll do it. And I think that's what we've needed. It's just been an easy ride for a lot of these players. Half the team's been injured, so they know, listen, if there's no challenge to anybody, their attitude's not going to change. If there's 5, 6, 7 waiting on the sidelines wanting to take their place, you'll be amazed at how much they improved their game. So let's hope this comes good for her. It's good. I like him. I think he'll be all right. Even if it goes or we don't win anything or whatever we do, just let him get his end of the season, improve the team, and then go next forward.
I think I preferred the grumpy, Andy. Your speeches weren't as long.
Don't worry about that. It'll be Andy for Leeds the next time it comes on. You've got Andy for Puds tonight.
Oh dear. You've got to laugh, Bob Jerry.
You must laugh. You must laugh every day. If you don't laugh every day, well, you won't laugh every day. It's as simple as that. But I can't see the club no getting a level of success under this man. That's how optimistic I am. I mean, we had the uncertainty whether Gerrard was going to stay or whether he was going to go, and we had even more uncertainty once Van Bronckhorst got appointed into the job, and then we didn't need to say it all about Beale. It just didn't work out under Beale, but I really think it's going to work out under this man. And as I said there 5 minutes ago, they're going to get a challenge now, and they know it. This man's capable of giving them a challenge. So once he gets his own people in, his own players in, I think then you'll see Rangers go. I'm very optimistic about him. I really like him.
Well said, Bob. Yeah.
Aye, well, we'll see what it takes us. Football. It's funny, fans are fickle. You look at the players. We're talking about Tav, Golson. We're talking Lundstrom. Let's be honest. After that Cyprus performance between Oram 1-11, Southside we run out of patience. Yeah.
Aye, 100%, 100%, mate. But it's this. The new manager comes in, and he's giving them a clean slate, and it's down to them to respond to him. And at the moment they have, and it's benefit to us, the club, and the support. And as I've said, for as long as the manager will use them and keep them in the squad and sees who he's taking and who's no, we've all got opinions on certain ones should all be gone over a period of time between January and probably the summer. But this manager will decide what happens, and at the end of the day, we just want to see the players improve and get points and trophies for Glasgow Rangers. So we'll just have to wait and see what the manager's decisions will be going forward due to the players' performance, attitude and application.
this league, these cup competitions in this country, it's been a one-horse race for too long. So about time there was, as I said, a real challenge was made to them. Just jogging out every year, lofting everything, and then getting away again and repeating the process the following year. Christ, Brendan Rodgers, 2 trebles, 48 games undefeated. Can't happen. We've Glasgow Rangers. We've got to set up a challenge to this. As Mr. Sue said all the years ago, we welcome the chase. So let's be Rangers again. Let's mount a real challenge to them, and let's get our share of success. We can't win everything. Nobody wins everything, but let's get up there. I really believe we can. I'm so optimistic about this man. I really like him. My big fear is that we might know how to hunt him. So you never know. He's just in the door.
Why is that, Bob?
My big fear is that we might know how to hunt this man for as long as we would want to.
Do you think there's somebody sitting waiting to grab him?
I think what, Bridge?
Or you think there's somebody sitting waiting to get him?
Well, I mean, things change in football so quickly now, Bridge. Players change, managers change, and we're not any different. We're part of it. So if this man's really successful with the Rangers, well, somebody will come and get him. They will try to attempt to come and get him. But I think he's a man of honour, he's a man of his word, and I think he might stay at Rangers his duration. You don't know. It remains to be seen.
He seems to be enjoying the passion of the club, Southside.
Former player, Bob Jair, he's into management. He's had a bit of the atmosphere and that, but you don't get the pressure you're getting at us. It's a 2-team league, as we know that. But it's about winning. The demands are that you've got to win at this club, and you've got to win every week if possible. He loves the passion and the support. And listen, he might move on in time, but I'd like to think we'll have him, as long as he's successful, that we'll have him for 2 to 3 years anyway, out the 4-year contract. And if he loves the club that much and he's happy and we're showing progress and he wants to stay, then But if somebody comes for the Premiership and they think you'll come into their club and do a good job, then I'm sure he will move on. Like some of your players will move on, Bob, in 2 years' time, maybe, if they're successful and playing well and doing well at the club. So, and if that happens, we just have to find somebody else. That's what happens. But no, we're going to enjoy him now, and he's showing positivity, and we're seeing the positivity in the club at the moment, and long may it continue.
Well, that's the nature of the game, and in Britain's Southside. Okay, and that Premiership's a promised land. I'm not saying the man's got one eye on it the new. No, he's got both eyes focused on Rangers, and let's hope that continues for a long time, or a considerable period of time anyway. After hell, the man's just in the door. He's making us a lot better than we were, and let's hope he can make us even better still, and get some success, and to say, the Gers are back big time.
Well, we've reached that time of the evening, so I'm going to go to the character who used to be bashful, then he's grumpy, now he's happy. Andy?
Good show, some great points on tonight, and like I say, I want to see the Rangers do well, like we all do, and I'm sick of mumping my gums, so I'm Andy for Pudsey from now on. But that could change if we start playing Creek again. You know what I mean? But I've enjoyed being on with you tonight.
Just me. I don't know how to take you. You've done me, mate. You've done me. Bob, yeah.
Aye, brilliant. Always brilliant to be on. Especially I can't wait till Monday comes around. Or you get on the Rangers radio. Great stuff. I had a phone in yesterday, but I can't even mind where I was yesterday. I'm getting to that age. But a good night, boys. A lot of good points, as per usual. The only show that gets better on the airwaves every time it's on.
Yes. Southside.
I thoroughly enjoyed being on the night with the legend, the Bridgeman, your good self, and it's good to hear a few of the callers coming in tonight and talking about the Rangers. I'm still a bit gobsmacked at Andy's positivity, but long may it continue. So no, listen, there's loads to be positive about the new Andy, and I'm glad to hear that
you can't not say anything positive. No, he's done well, hasn't he? Come on, anybody that's doing that's talking out the backside, isn't they? Let's be honest.
So, like you say, thanks for having the zone, Ox. So, thanks for having the zone tonight, Ox. I appreciate it. and hopefully the Bears keep rolling on.
Here. The next 2 games are just about winning. Bridgeman.
Well, what can I say, Oxford? Fantastic night. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Even a very, very happy Andy, and that's unusual. I'll tell you. Okay, I'm really happy to hear it. Can I just say thank you to yourself, Oxford, and the techie boys in the background, and of course, Southside for carrying me through it. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, listening in here, every single one of you has got a massive game coming up in European side. Need to win it. So everybody, please, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers still need us. They need us badly. Keep it going.
Here. Thanks to Jerry, Joanna, Bridgeman, Bob Gia, and the one and only Andy Happy Felix. Thanks to Southside and Bridgeman for doing the show, Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue.